Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the Everton Daily Live. It's Thursday, the 4th of September. My brother's birthday today, so happy birthday, Phil. Have a cracker, mate. He won't be watching, he's working. But there you go, I've done it. And therefore, my parents won't give me any stick for not wishing him happy birthday on his birthday. So there you go. I mean, I'm doing it from a place of love anyway, but also aware that my dad will be like, did you wish Phil happy birthday? Vitaly Mykolenko is injured again, it seems. We only just got him back, having previously been injured. So therefore, we don't know yet whether or not he's going to be fit for Aston Villa. So we're just asking the question today, because it seems, there's nothing going on, because in this week, in International Week, it's always,
crap, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing really going on. But me and James are doing a video about free agents later, so make sure you check that out. Who is going to play against Aston Villa at left back for you, James, if Mykolenko isn't available?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because it will be James Garner, and which I'm not against. I'm not against, because I thought he'd done all right.
Will be James Garner,
but I also thought James Garner done really well in his own position. And so it's sort of, you're hampering that position to fill Mykolenko's. And so, in an ideal world, you throw Asnu in there and James Garner get to play in midfield, and then you wouldn't really have that much of an issue. But obviously, we don't know how good Asnu is, really. I know he played for the under-21s. He played like 18 minutes or something, and from what I heard, he done all right. It was nothing like shocking or whatever. And obviously, he's been injured, and he's only 19. He's adapting to sort of new league, new country and stuff, so I understand why you wouldn't play him, but in an ideal world I'd like it to be Asnu, but I think it will be James Garner, and then you'll have Irabun and probably come into the midfield, unless I don't know if you could see it, but Mail and Roll, he's going to have 2 weeks now with training with the team before the actual game. Could you see him maybe starting? And he's also played left back before, so that it probably ends up being James Garner at left back, Irabun and back in the midfield, won't it?
It is a tricky one, because obviously Mykolenko gives us so much balance with the left foot there, doesn't he? And he is a good defender. We know that, okay, people. You know, he's not probably what we'd want going forward, but he has improved since Moyes coming in that aspect. But he does give us loads of balance. But Garner did well in the 2 games that he played there. And so you go, naturally, you could just put James Garner back there. Adam Aston, who's played in La Liga at left back, is a left back and come from Bayern Munich, albeit he's inexperienced. And he's obviously, he hasn't really played much.
No.
That 80 minutes that he had the other night is probably just about as much as he's played in an Everton shirt. You know, played against Roma, but I think he only done it. He come on as a sub and then went off as a sub for the last 10 minutes, didn't he? For Coleman. So he probably only done, like, say, 70 minutes that day. In the States, he come on against Manchester United for about 25 minutes and did quite well. So he's only a young player.
8 minutes in the Club World Cup as well.
So just, you know, from that aspect, he's inexperienced, but he did play, like I said, he played 13 games in La Liga, I think.
Yeah, he did.
For was it Zaragoza, was it? Or
I think so, yeah.
Zaragoza, Valladolid. Yeah. So
played 2 in the Bundesliga that season as well.
No, well, that's it. He's you know, when we're saying he's inexperienced, he is, but he's also a specialist left back. It's just whether or not the manager right now thinks he's available to get in. Available as in he's experienced enough to go straight into a Premier League game.
Yeah.
Against a good side, which is Aston Villa.
Because as much as James Garner did play well there, I think he played well there because he's a centre mid, if that makes sense. I think if a left back played how he played, people wouldn't be as happy with it, because I think he had his limitations, you know, when he was getting the ball. And there was positions where he could have crossed it. More so in the not
the Leeds game.
The Leeds game.
Better against Brighton.
Better against
Very
Brighton.
good against
But the Leeds game, I think it shows the sort of limitations as a left back and that it's not his position. And even stuff like, you know, when he was receiving the ball, he's taking that sort of extra touch, which was helping the winger. And so, he played really well when he was at centre mid as well. So,
can you honestly see David Moyes just putting Arsenal straight in? No,
I can't.
And then, so we come on to Mail and Roll, and then we go, this is a real, as his name is, Mail and Rail. As his, so he's played the odd game at left back in his career.
Yeah.
But you're doing similar with him, although physically, his stature and everything, you know, he's more imposing, I guess, than Asnu.
Yeah.
But again, you're giving him his debut in the Premier League out of position against a good side, albeit it's at home, so you'll have to. I think it's always easier for players playing in front of their own crowd.
Could you see Moyes doing that though? Sort of with it's different, but you know the way he's playing Jake O'Brien at right back, with the idea that he'll eventually move to centre back. Could you see him playing them there at left back before he moves to centre mid? Or do you think it's too different?
I think it's slight. It is different, isn't it? Because obviously midfield's such a difficult position in the Premier League. I mean, the right answer to this is Mykolenko's fit. But, and I suppose if you ultimately Adam Asney's a left back, so you've bought him. This is surely what you've got him for.
Yeah.
To play the left back in place of a left back.
I think if I was the manager, I would put Asnu in. I think I wouldn't put James. I'd keep James going in the midfield because when he was linking up with like Dewsbury Hall and Grealish and stuff, I feel like you're hurting yourself if you put him in at left back. And it's also it's sort of a thing with Asnu, like if you don't play him, when are you going to play him?
That's it. So I'm saying he's only way he's ever going to get experience.
Like even with like how like Schmidt and stuff is, it's like Schmidt has went to Rangers now, and we don't really know what he's like because he didn't have the opportunities to play. Asnu's now got the opportunity to play, so play him. See, if he's crap, then he's crap, but at least we'll know.
He's only 19 as well. Yeah. He's going to grow into the position. But I mean, someone, Mr. Blue Skies, has just made a good point and says Roll is 23 and far more experienced than Asnu, and he's also played internationally. You know, he's been, I know, German under 21 side, but he's been capped so many levels at Germany. He's over 6 foot, 6'2", isn't he? And he's quick with the ball. He might find it easier just going in there, but I don't know. But again, we are doing that thing, aren't we? Is that what we really should be doing is playing Asnu because he's a left back. Yeah. And the only way he's ever going to get experience is by playing left back. You just said it yourself. If he ain't going to play now, when's he going to play? Yeah. You're just keeping him for... Is he going to play at Wolves in the Carabao Cup? We might do. Yeah. We might do. But...
and
then is it the FA Cup? Then is his next goal the FA Cup in January? You know, that kind of thing. So it's a tricky one because Asnu, we just haven't seen enough of him, haven't we? He's been fit, but definitely needs more games, and hopefully what he'll be doing is getting more of those 21 games in that Virtue Trophy, because that's, you're playing against men. You're playing against people's first teams rather than just the 21s where you're playing against kids. That's no good for him. He's played in La Liga, you know, so that's right. But yeah, let's see if Mail and Rail can get in and
be interesting at the moment, because we've done the video yesterday on him, didn't we? And we were sort of researching, you know, what his sort of his best position is, and if he's coming in, do you think he's coming in to sort of be an understudy to like an Idrissa Gana Gueye, or do you think he's coming in to challenge James Garner in a way? Because we were looking at his recoveries and stuff, are all dead high, isn't it? And he's been complimented loads about how it's like he wins the ball a lot in that sort of middle third, and so that's what Idrissa Gana Gueye does. But obviously, there's a lot of differences in sort of how they look. Idrissa Gana Gueye's little and he's 6'3", and But I feel like that's ultimately what we need, isn't it? And that's what we spoke about, with what players we wanted, was someone to sort of challenge him and be that more defensive player.
I don't know, because, I mean, it's sort of his things of what are his plus points. Was he's a good athlete. He can press really well, get after people, so that's good.
Yeah.
Hasn't probably played in a deep role enough right now. So you can sometimes be exposed in that, but I guess the only way to learn is by playing that. He's a big lad, so it's just the sort of his aerial stuff I was saying to you. You know, he probably needs to get a little bit better in that area, but he is still decent in the air, and obviously he's a big lad, so he sort of probably does a couple of things really for that midfield.
Yeah.
The manager is very wary of Jessica Gay's age and also protecting him, and that's why you've got to look and think he probably hasn't got a set role right now, but the manager might look and think, can he do similar to Idrissa? Not Idrissa, because Idrissa's Idrissa, but so it'll be you know, it's going to be, I think, one to watch how Moyes develops him.
Yeah.
I've liked them and watched them for a while, and we'll see.
And even if like he plays him in that more like sort of advanced role, but I can't see that with the other players that we've got playing there. But him and like Irabunum, I think it'll be very interesting, because I thought with Irabunum you don't really know what his sort of like role is right now, in a way, because he gets brought on to replace Idrissa, doesn't he? But and gets told to be a bit deeper, but his attributes probably mean he's better up the pitch. So it's weird, isn't it? Could you see Irabunum playing left back?
No.
Not
Never,
at all.
Never.
What about other names that we haven't went over? Dwight McNeil.
You've got the left foot there, haven't you? For balance. I just don't know if Moyes would look and think defensively he's good enough. And does he? He doesn't exactly bust the gut to get back Dwight McNeil, does he?
No.
And that's what you've got to be wary of. See, I thought he might have given Dewsbury Hall a game there when we were out, just because of the left foot and the balance, and because he has played left wing back and stuff in the past. But the manager went with James Garner for the defensive aspect. So
yeah,
Garner was so good at the weekend in the middle of midfield, though.
Yeah, that's
in that six. So you take him back out and put him back there, you're in danger of sort of going right. Whenever there's a thing, you're getting moved. I think it'll be a toss-up between Asnu and Real.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you've got to do what you said and then put Garner back to left back, put Irabunum in midfield. Yeah. And then that means the midfield's a little bit more open.
Yeah.
Because Irabunum wants to go forward, Dewsbury Hall wants to go forward. You know, we had those three, don't get me wrong, against Brighton at home. And it worked okay, but there was a big pocket of space which Brighton exploited a few times, which meant they got chances that they probably wouldn't have got. But I don't know. It's a difficult one. But I think the only way Asnu ever gets anything is games. And therefore he's got to get in, and I'm sure they're going to be working on him over the next fortnight.
Yeah.
Played the game the other night, got 80 minutes in. The players are back in. You've had a couple of days off, some of them, and they're back in, they'll be training.
Has anything been said on Patterson's sort of fitness? And
I would have thought he'd have been part of that Virtue Trophy the other night if he was fit.
Because even sort of with him, he's played left back for us before, hasn't he? And that seems like an easy, if you don't want to risk Asnu, it seems like an easy one to just throw him there.
Well, he played against the Arsenal left back, didn't he?
Yeah.
That good, doesn't he? In April. And had a decent game, actually.
So, could you... no one knows when Everton's players are injured until, though. It's the same with Branthwaite, isn't it? Where it's not really known.
He's going to be off for a while, I think. It seems like, anyway.
So it's mid-September Nathan Patterson's out till. So, could be back, but it'd be a bit soon, wouldn't it?
He won't have played, will he?
No.
Won't have done much. No, I think it's gonna be. It feels like it's one of three options, doesn't it? It feels like it's James Garner back there, or Asnu, because he's your left back, or Real.
I Asnu.
Well, that's it. You've got the left foot, haven't you? At least you know, don't you? I mean, Mark said Seamus Coleman. Seamus has played left back before.
He came on in the Roma game, didn't he?
Played the left back in the Rome game, come on left back against Mansfield.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, he didn't start against Mansfield, but he came on. Yeah, it was Roma, wasn't he?
Roma, he came on for...
And he came on at Wolves as well, didn't he? For the last couple of minutes, but he was on the right. Is that right? I just don't mention that.
I don't think he came on against Wolves, did he? Oh no, he did come on against Wolves. He definitely came on against Wolves, yeah.
Did he go to sort of right midfield?
I think so.
Yeah. It's a tricky one, isn't it?
Came on for a die.
Yeah, and he just played in front of O'Brien, didn't he, for the last few minutes. Gary Ward says, Hardy Harrison Derby says, I think we've got to just trust Asnu. At least he's a real left-footed left-back. Yeah. It's difficult to argue against that, isn't it? Like I said, he's got, you know, if it's at home as well, he's got the crowd. I'll be honest, I'd be a little bit concerned at Anfield.
Yeah.
Having Asnu. And that might call for a James Garner to play there against Liverpool. And hopefully Mykolenko.
I know, yeah. To be fair, I can't see Mykolenko being off for that long if he is. If he's played for Everton, he played essentially 290 minutes, and then he went to the camp. And he came. I can't imagine it to be that bad. Where he's going to be out for age? Surely not. That's just.
But don't you? Okay, so I get it. But don't you find it weird if that Ben Chilwell story is right then? Everton decided to go for a left back late on in the window. Doesn't that make you sort of go, why? I know we wanted another defender, but why a left back when we've got Asnu? Is it just simply because he thinks Asnu's just not going to be ready this season?
Yeah.
Or does he know that Mykolenko injury's not good, and that's not that it's a bad one, because he played the game, didn't he?
Yeah.
But he's injured again, and he's thinking, we haven't really got covered, or is Branthwaite out for long? You know, who?
Yeah. I suppose that adds to sort of the Ake rumour as well, doesn't it? Because he played left back and centre.
But Everton totally refuted that, didn't he? I think that was dropped in.
Yeah, the Ben Chilwell one's weird, isn't it?
The which?
Ben Chilwell one is weird.
That's what I mean. If it's I don't even know if that's a real thing. I just know that was put out, wasn't it, by a couple of people. So if they did, then maybe does that lead into maybe them looking at someone like Reguilon then, who's of 8?
But that makes sense, doesn't it?
Because that sort of fits in with that then. So is that to protect Asnu? Is Miko? Is it a reoccurring injury? Is the injury he's got again the one he had the other week, the groin? And then they're thinking, you know, is this going to keep coming back this season? And we're left with a young kid at left back. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one to know. Blue Jay says, I suspect the manager replaces Mykolenko with Garner again if he's not fit. I don't think he believes Asnu is ready, and he's put neither do I, in all honesty. Maybe Real comes into the midfield to replace Garner. I thought the doctor for the Ukraine was a bit unprofessional, despite his accusations of the same against Everton. Cry-arsing about Miko playing for his club that pays exorbitant wages because he's now not fit to play for the Ukraine. A very overly emotional response from a supposed professional. He should give his head a wobble, in my opinion. This, of course, you know, someone having a go at Everton yesterday, and the manager, but you have got to. The club have the player. The club paid the player, so he's essentially the club's player.
Yeah.
So therefore, if they think he's fit enough for a game, they're going to play him. Can't go, we're not playing him because Ukraine have got a game next week. Neither here nor there.
Yeah, we pay his wages.
It's neither here nor there what the national team does.
Yeah.
Really. If your player is injured and you're sort of making him play and it damages him, yes, of course, that is a bit irresponsible, but the lad can always turn around and go, I'm not fit.
Yeah.
You know, I just found it a bit odd he played so long against Mansfield.
Yeah,
He only went off in like the 88th minute or something, or whatever it was. I just thought he might have played just over an hour, and then he's ready to play at Wolves. But that's the way it is, isn't it? Steve P says we need to be looking to move on from Mykolenko. Sounds harsh, but with a year left, I'd be looking to sell him in January and bring in a genuine first choice left back who can attack. Look at the amount of times he's been injured since we signed him, and it's getting more frequent now. We can't rely on him. How many games did he play last year? I still think he played over 30 games, did he, last year?
Oh.
Kev Maloney says you have 3 options to replace Miko: Asnu, Garner or Dewsbury Hall. Gary Ward says Garner replaces him.
Played 35 in the league, 1 in the FA Cup, 1 in the Carabao.
So we played
37
most
games.
Yeah, he did play a big chunk. Kev Maloney says Tommy Yasu is without a club. He couldn't demand that high of a wage. He's not going to be fit till mid-October, apparently, or October time. Tommy Yasu. Sure, Everton will look at it. Steve P says, Baz, what are your thoughts on Leif Davis? Think he's very underrated. Looks like a proper Everton player. Left foot crossing ability would be perfect for us, especially how he overlaps with the winger. Yeah, I've liked Leif Davis. I don't know whether... I don't think he's very good defensively, if I'm totally honest. But he is good going forward. Big assists, certainly in the Championship. Decent player, yeah. I like him. Again, is he sort of what would take us up a level? Well, maybe because he just does more than what our current left back does. Attacking wise, defensively, he's nowhere near as good as Mykolenko. But I guess to move forward, you've got to be more offensive, haven't you? So he's a decent player, though. He has got a lovely left foot. Good engine on him as well. Derek says, afternoon, gents. I've just read Region is a free agent, might be worth a point. You'll have to look at mine and James's free agents video, won't you? To see whether we agree. Mark says, just give Asnu a chance, throw him in the balls deep end. And Liam says, Asnu, surely he's a left back. If he's fit, how can it not be Asnu? He's not 13. Yeah,
but it's still... Yeah, I think he's right. We should be Asnu.
No, it makes sense, but we're just saying, will it be Asnu? There's other factors. Deck says, if we decide we want to keep Grealish after this season, do we get first dibs or can other clubs come and take him? Well, we probably do get first dibs. Got to just agree the package first, haven't we? And it's up to him. Isn't it?
Yeah, well, if there's a clause, then you do get first dibs, isn't it? But I don't know if the clause is real. But even so, we'll win that many trophies and be in Europe and everything, that he'll want to stay anyway. Yeah. No one will take him.
I think he probably won't stay anyway, to be honest. John Crellin says a song for Jack Grealish to the tune of Manfred Mann's My Name is Jack, including claps between the lines. Okay, his name is Jack. Clap. He plays an attack. Clap. For the Everton football team. Clap. He's quick on the ball. Clap. He'll outscore them all. Clap. He's the best we've ever seen. Clap.
Sure,
fair play, John. You've gone there. Yeah. Fair play. I mean, I'm not sure he outscores them all, because the one thing he doesn't do really is score enough goals. But fair play. I'm here for it. Everton Viking says Asnu's a full Moroccan international with youth international experience too. Players don't develop while sat on the bench. He has to play if we want to be a team that develops young talent. That means embracing their mistakes and bad games, which will happen, but also giving them the environment to grow and get better. He's a proper left back. It does no good for Rail or Asnu, for Asnu not to play left back and Rail to play left back. Fair play. Barry says, I'd start Rail there, and if it doesn't look like it's working, swap him with Garner. Play Asnu in the Carabao Cup. Mark says Coleman. I've done that one up. Coleman's done the job. Yeah, I mean, the right answer is Asnu, really. He's a left back. As long as he's fit, and he's played 80 minutes the other night, so that's really the right answer, isn't it? To just get him in. That's his position. So why not play him? Longy says, afternoon, gents, great show as always. Watching all the way from a sunny poolside in Zante. Very nice. Very nice. Would you like to be laying by a sunny pool?
Baz never seen it, but did anyone see that rain this morning? Still can't get over it.
Mad. It didn't get here, mate.
Yeah.
You drove through it.
I drove through it, but it was mental. I couldn't see a thing. It was scary.
Bill Everton says, honestly, worst comes to worst, I could see Seamus doing a job in that position for a game or two. But I agree, the new boy in for me.
I know, but you can't play Coleman for a full 90 minutes there either, can you, against Villa and Liverpool?
No.
And maybe he could do like 60 minutes, but I don't think against like a Salah or someone he's going to... As much as I love Coleman, I don't think he could do it.
Yeah.
And he plays on the right for Villa.
Bailey's gone now, hasn't he? They have Harvey Elliott might play there. They have Morgan Rogers.
Marlon.
Or Daniel Marlon, who's lightning.
Gesson's on the left.
They brought Sancho in as well, haven't they?
Buendia. John McGinn, actually, and Sancho. Yeah.
They just mix it all up, don't they? So...
Have you seen, talking about right wingers, that we were linked with, that Forest haven't put Amari Hutchinson in the Europa League squad?
Haven't they?
No, they've left him out of it, and he's the record transfer now. Isn't that mental?
Forest
That's how many right wingers they signed. They don't even need that one.
Weird. They're a weird side, Forest. A weird club. Roy says Adam Asney, who's a full international, played 3 times for Morocco and played against Barcelona last season. Yeah. We'll see, won't we? We'll see what Moyes does. Dave says, hi lads, what do you think of Real playing left back as he has done before? Great show as usual. I just don't think...
But he has done how much has he played left back? Is it just like a handful of games, or is it like has he had a proper stint there? Do you know?
It's not that many games.
Yeah.
He has played there, but...
Because it's like, is it the same way as someone signing James Garner and saying, oh, but he's played left back, but he's played it, but it's not a left back? I don't know. I don't know if we're falling into that like sort of trap with it.
Mad, isn't it? Danny says, anyone see media saying Grealish was out in Sweden over the weekend getting drunk because he had a free weekend, then watched Liverpool and Arsenal? I mean, literally played at Molineux on Saturday for Everton. And if he was given a couple of days off and he's gone away for a little break, then fair play.
Yeah.
He's done brilliantly, hasn't
He played on Saturday.
he? Yeah, I wouldn't say the media, whoever's doing all that shit, just ignore it. It's just nonsense. It's nonsense. We had all this before he played the game. Oh, what do you want him for? He's doing this, he's doing that. But
If he keeps getting 2 assists a game, he can do whatever he wants.
He's just got to be fit, hasn't he? Fit for us. He's allowed to have downtime, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, as long as he turns up, puts the work in, which the manager is. That's all that matters. Yeah, they do. Goodison News do stir stuff up to look for anything, don't they? And put it out there. But worry about it. Don't worry about it. I think the more I think about it, the more you've just got to give Ashley the gig.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when's he ever going to play?
What does it do for his sort of confidence and like mental if he's not getting the choice as well?
Yeah.
And someone like James Garner is.
You know, Bayern Munich wanted him to stay.
Yeah.
And he left to come here, so you've got to sort of, you know, Everton have obviously spoken to him, said we're going to develop you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Well, you can't just swerve him at the first opportunity. It's easy to keep him out the side when Mykolenko's playing and playing well. But if you're not getting your opportunity...
Yeah, it goes back to that thing sort of that we spoke about as well, doesn't it? That if you want sort of young players to come to Everton and see Everton as like a chance for them to sort of build themselves, players like this sort of have to play so you get that image. So, you know, in a few years' time, the next Asney wants to come to Everton and we hopefully sell Asney for 60 million and we get him and we keep the cycle like that. And I think if you just don't play him, it's like a bit like Patterson, isn't it? It's like, what's the point then? rather than.
Yeah.
Might as well just
Well,
get
we
rid
have
of
destroyed a couple of younger players.
Yeah.
You know, we've got to get better at doing that. Brad says, what if to maintain balance, if he's healthy, Branthwaite plays at left back? Just have 4 centre-backs across our back 4.
It's the Arsenal way, isn't it?
Instead of Mykolenko. Mykolenko will be back before Branthwaite. And Branthwaite's a centre-back. He's superb. And you want him back in as probably your best centre-back with Tarkowski. You want him alongside him, nearly. Derek says, I think one of the biggest mistakes of the Premier League era was not continuing with the Central League. It has so many plus points. It was a competitive league. You could blood the likes of Barry and Arsenal of the world into the Premier League instead of young players being in the under-21s forever. They'll be pitched up against Chelsea reserves, which maybe contain the returning Palmer, etc., which in my opinion is better than sending them out to a championship club. Right. I agree with part of your comment. Don't agree with the bottom bit, but I agree with part of it. Do you know what the Central League was?
Yeah, isn't it just a B team essentially?
It was basically a reserve league. So, but a lot of squad players would play in it.
Yeah.
So you're not playing against like 18-year-old scholars. You're playing against,
So like,
Everton, like Asney would have been in it, like Irabuna, maybe he's not playing 19, McNeil. One of Barry or Beto would have been playing in it, and they'd be getting marked by, centre-backs from Liverpool who were on the bench or, United, whatever, because they had to keep playing games.
Keep your fitness up.
To keep the fitness up and keep all that. So it was well better.
Why did he get rid of it? What do you not know?
I don't know. They tried to jazz it all up and go, oh, we'll do this instead and make this league and all that. But then that league just focused on young players.
Oh, the Premier League too.
Yeah. So, and what it did is it allowed, and we were sort of big on this as well. It allowed you to stunt the growth of players. So we just kept them for the under-21 side. So if you, like years ago, do you need a bigger squad? So therefore, there's more senior pros available. But if I'm a senior pro and I'm playing for Everton and I'm not starting Premier League games, I want to play games. Because otherwise I'm training all week, sat on the bench.
Yeah.
I might get on for 3 minutes at the end or whatever. And then I go home and I start again on Monday and I train all week and I'm sat on the bench. And every now and again I get 15 minutes or half an hour or I get a start. But there's no rhythm there. Yeah. There's no, from a younger player, there's no sort of development there. So it blows my mind that players will happily just train all week, not play, and just carry on the next week.
Yeah.
I can't understand that. You're there to play football. No amount of training replaces games. Just doesn't. And therefore, in my opinion, it was a massive mistake to get rid of that reserve league. They should have kept it, and it should have been, you'd be playing in it, and players should be banging the door down to playing it.
Yeah.
So you'd have under 18s, then lads who are kept on should be trying to fight to get into that reserve team.
Yeah.
And then if they're not good enough to get in that reserve team, shouldn't be getting kept on at 18.
Yeah.
But what we do is we keep them on, and we have an under-21 league. But I'd suggest most coaches in there and the first team manager know which lads have got a chance of being a pro for Everton Football Club. Now, okay, you can then argue about creating money for the club, buy it. Well, no one's really going to buy your players at 18. So they're going on. And that's all it's been done for. It's been done so that clubs can have a 18 to 21 market of players. Develop some, and if they're not good enough, someone will come and buy them.
Yeah.
But that can't be. That's no good for your actual player development.
Yeah, so they have like the likes of Ellis Sims and the Tom Cannon rather than getting them out right away. Yeah.
So what you could do is a sort of part thing for that is they should still have maybe the Central League And that's made up of 5 or 6 lads who've been kept on, who they think have got a chance of being pros for Everton and making some money. Might even keep a few more. And then the lads, 4 or 5 of the first team, play in that game as well.
Yeah.
So each week, so I might be a sub for Everton, and I'm like Chimity was, say, last season. So I'm like 3rd choice striker, and I'm not getting on the pitch, no development. So I play in that centre league team in there with 3 or 4 other first team players, and you could rotate that. So one week you could have like 4 or 5 lads who aren't getting game time play. Then the next week, the other 4 or 5 who aren't getting game time, they play. Yeah. So that every couple of weeks, you're getting a sort of 80, 90 minutes under your belt in a league that'll contain other first team players.
Yeah.
And then you've then still got maybe 9 or 10 lads between the age of 18 and 21 who have been kept on. And they've got to fight to get in that team. And if they're not there, they're on the bench. But then the next week, and you manage it like that.
Yeah, because I know you can put players into it now, can't you? But
it's only 2, and no one
it
really
also feels a bit like derogatory, doesn't it? To like say, like put Michael Keane in it, for example.
Yeah.
It's like he's a experienced Premier League player.
But if it was Everton reserves,
if it was
just Everton reserves,
then playing like a Chimity or someone,
then you go.
Doesn't feel as bad.
Well, you need a game, so you're gonna play. They need a game, and it's not like you can only play 2 over-age players. It's a big step up for the lads who are 18 to 21. Because you're going into the reserve side with that first team players.
Yeah. So
they feel boosted by it. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like it's missed something, and it's a really good point, Derek. I still don't think that if I'm a player who's got a chance of making it at Everton, it'd be more beneficial for me to go and play in the Championship than it would be to play in the Reserve League, though. Because you're playing in front of 20, 30,000 people. If you're playing for real points in a league, there's a jeopardy of promotion and relegation. There's the demands on you from those supporters. That gives you a proper feel of being a professional footballer. Mm-hmm. This is the problem with the under-21s. No one's really asked whether they win or lose.
Yeah, it's
like the lads will go out and want to win because it's a game of footy. And whenever you play, you want to win, but they're not getting stick off the touchline if they get beat, are they, by people at Walton Hall Park?
Yeah,
people that turn up to watch them and praise them and clap them and all that. It's not the same. There's no demands on it. Paul Tate, I'm sure, gives them a bit of stick when they get beaten, mistakes they make, but it's still not the same. So when they're playing in front of, like, and it'd be at a training ground one week, you see some of the games, there's about 20 people there.
Yeah, they do it at Finch Farm.
They get beat, some of them are at Finch Farm. And then all of a sudden you go, oh God, we've got a couple of injuries. I don't know. Braden Graham, you're in the first team squad or whatever. And then he's in the first team squad and say he has to come on and it's 40-odd thousand people there. The next minute he's like, what the fuck's this? You know, and then he misses a chance when people are on his, whatever. That's what it can sort of not kill players, but it can really knock confidence. And if they're not used to it, there'll be certain people who you can drop in and it won't affect. Wayne Rooney and affect them.
Yeah.
Could have played in front of 7 people at Finch Farm or 70,000 at Old Trafford. He'd have just played the same game. One of the most unique footballers ever. And he could have done that at 16, 15. Arsenal have got one now. That lad, the kid's being put in the Champions League squad. He's 15.
I know, it's mental, isn't it?
It's just fucking crazy. Yeah. He's 15. So, he's obviously a kid who's
born in 2010. That's mental.
He's just a kid who's obviously mentality or whatever is incredible. He's calm and all of that. They're few and far between. Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
In a Barcelona first team, age 15.
He's mental because
no matter what he's done,
even in like the Champions League stuff, the stuff he does is mental.
He's played in the European Championship final and everything at 17, won the Euro. It's mad what he's done already, and he's a baby. They are few and far between.
Yeah,
those kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to try to create that thing so that when you're taking lads up and developing them, you drop them in and they can do the business. It's not alien to them. It's why Harrison Armstrong, going to Derby, done him the world of good, going to Preston, will do him much better than sitting on Everton's bench and getting 15 minutes and the odd Carabao Cup game. Yeah. It's going to be demands on him every single week. Physical game, tackling.
He was
Got
the
to get up
captain
and down.
last night for
For the
under
19s, yeah.
Which had all like Darwin and stuff in it as well.
So he's gonna have the demands of it, and then he's gonna train all week and make his body ready to play on the Saturday or whatever it is. The Tuesday, they play Tuesday, Saturday, don't they? There's physical games, and that's how he's gonna become a real top footballer, by being able to cope with all that. Like Chimiti, we don't know if Chimiti, doesn't matter now, we've sold him, but we don't know if that kid is capable of training all week and being ready to go on a Saturday for his team every week, do we?
No idea.
So it's like that with other players. So I do believe that I agree with you that the Central League was way better than anything we've got now, miles better. But
It seems like a good concept though as well, just in general. Like I'm assuming you could go and watch the games.
Yeah, well, I mean, years ago, they'd have like, I'm talking when I was a kid, they'd have the mini derby.
Yeah, because I know my dad's told me about watching like Graham Sharp playing one of them.
But they'd have the mini derby at 2:00 when the real derby was on at Anfield at 3.
Wow.
So loads of people who didn't have a ticket for the real derby would be, say, at Goodison or at Anfield.
Yeah.
And there's been 20, 30,000 sometimes for them games. Because you're seeing first team players as well. Yeah, now, okay, that changed over the years, but when they did still have games where you put players in. We've got that story that Joe Royle, when he come in and took over from Mike Walker, when Walker got sacked, there was an international break and there was a mini derby in the international break. And Everton had like Joe Parkinson was playing in the mini derby and Joe Royle watched him and was like, yeah. And then Joe Parkinson then went from the mini derby and started the next game, which was the Merseyside derby, and Everton won 2-0. And he was outstanding in it. Liverpool were top, we were bottom. And we beat them 2-0 at Goodison. Things like that. He watched a few of them. He put a couple in that team that day at Anfield. Everton won I think Everton won 4-0 at Anfield in the mini derby or something. And they were brilliant. But he had a few first team players in, and then they went into the team. Okay, it's a bit different now. But it's a great thing.
With how tough it is to get tickets, especially for like a Liverpool game and now Everton with this new stadium. Say if like you just spent like a tenner on a ticket and like I know, remember when Seamus Coleman got injured and he was coming back and they had a game at Goodison in the 21s. I went to that game and there was loads of people who went there.
There was loads, yeah.
And it was like just to see Coleman. So imagine like say, I don't know, Salah gets injured or something, loads of Liverpool fans go, or say Grealish gets injured, loads of Everton fans go just to watch Grealish play and get back to fitness. So
when Duncan being in prison and he come back against, we played West Ham, like Goodison. Was it West Ham? Was it Newcastle? I feel like it was West Ham, but it might have been Newcastle. At Goodison in his game, like his first appearance, like since he'd been in prison, he put him in a thingy. And I'm sure there was like 15,000 or something at Goodison, or 10, 15 for a reserve game, because he was coming on the pitch to play. I
just feel like that'd make decent money.
Well, even if they just charged everyone a fiver, it was open, and Everton had like 3 or 4 players. Like say Everton had one this week, for argument's sake.
But like every team had 3 or 4.
Yeah, but you were playing, and Everton were playing. I don't know. Everton beat Leeds this week, right at Hill Dickinson, say, for argument's sake. And the Everton team had like traversing. I know he's away with Wales and all that. But just what I mean is, just pretend there isn't an international break.
Yeah.
But there was a midweek game, and Everton wanted like Merlin Rail to play, and Asnew's come back, and Travers is in goal, and Tierno Barry wanted, minutes up front, so he's in.
Leeds are playing Calvert-Lewin.
And Leeds have got, Jack Harrison, Calvert-Lewin, a few players they've bought who they want to get up to speed. So it's a good game.
Like Chelsea's one would look like their first team.
Chelsea would be like a Conference League. But I think a lot of fans would go, especially if it was just like a fiver or something.
Yeah.
You go, and it's, decent crowd, but you're watching those first team players playing with the other lads as well. Those other lads who are coming through are going to be made up that they're getting to play with, like Tierno Barry. And, if you're 18, 19 and you're in that under 21s and you're like, I want to test myself. You're also playing against real play. I played for Burnley. We had a game at Melwood. It was supposed to be played at Anfield. It got played at Melwood. And they had 5 lads who've been in their first, like Mike Marshall played loads in their first team. Nick Tanner marked me, centre-back, he played in the first team. Steve Harkness, who they bought, he played. Steve McManaman was playing. They had loads of really good play. A couple of other lads who've been on the bench for the first team. and it was brilliant to play against them.
Yeah.
You know, they were like top. We had a couple who played. I've been to Belfield, watched players coming back from injury and seeing that.
Yeah.
And they were playing like Lancashire League and they couldn't get near them. You know,
because we've done it as well. Like, you know, remember when that game was on when we were in here and it was Brozier and Schmitty were playing it, so everyone was watching it.
Yeah.
And it's just like little games like that. Even if, like, say you can't get, I don't know, good as Hill Dickinson or whatever, if you just stream them, charge like a couple pounds or like put it as a part of the membership, and then you can watch like, I don't know, Seamus Coleman and all that play.
Well, I think if you're not going to go back to the Centre League, then that under-21 league, just call it Premier League 2. Don't call it an under-21 thing. Premier League 2, and then clubs should be playing 4 or 5 first teamers in it every week.
I suppose as well, for that, if it was a Premier League 2, it opens up like another like scouting network. So say a Championship team wants a player, they're seeing, I don't know, Schmitty play week in, week out, and maybe he's not quite up to playing for Everton's first team, but he'd do well in the chat.
But he's getting, when he's
at least you
playing,
can see him, yeah.
when he's playing Nottingham Forest, Omari Hutchinson can play because he can't get it. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, to me, rather than keeping it bracketed off for under-21s, what's the point? What's the point? It's when they play, there's no contract.
No.
It's all passy pass, like nonsense. That isn't real football.
Yeah.
You're not learning some of the dark arts of the game. And then for anyone who goes, well, players get injured. Players get injured in training all the time. Yeah. Because training at times is naughty, though. Some of the tackles that go in. So you're getting competitive. The only way, for me, it's because we have to send these players out on loan as well, because then when they go on loan, why do you think they find it so tough?
Yeah.
They find it so tough because all of a sudden centre-backs are kicking them, or midfielders are doing them off the ball or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you'd be getting all that at that level. So once they come out of 18s, they should be playing off against first-team players of every club in that league all season and learning. And some of those kids will come off not having a kick and be like, fucking, I've had an education there. Whereas you come off... I remember playing against Jerry Taggart. He played for Leicester and Man City. And I was doing quite well at Burnley. I was scoring a lot of goals. And we played at Platt Lane against Man City. And they battered us 5-1. Ashley Ward, who played for City, and he had a good career in the Premier League, Ashley Ward, striker. He got a hat-trick. They battered us. And Taggart kicked me up and down the fucking pitch. And it was a real, like, wow. This is what you're up against. Like, you have to learn. And you learn so much from that.
Yeah.
You come off and go, he was a good player. Or, like, what can I do next time that'll benefit me? Because what I've just done didn't work. The stuff I was doing, that was working against, like, a lower level player.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. They read you, or they hit you twice as hard, or they're grabbing your balls off the ball, or they are doing up, pinching you when you're going up for a header.
Yeah.
All of the little things that you have to cope with. These kids are playing against lads because they're at academies now from 5 and 6. They just play against the same player all the way through.
Yeah.
So it's just like me playing against you for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean 15, but like 10, 12 years in some cases. And we just play against each other 2 or 3 times a season. Yeah. I know exactly what you are. I know everything you do because we're like...
Probably mates as well. So
yeah, because you're used to it. And if you're very good, you go away with it. There's no difference. So those lads never sometimes learn a different skill set. Other than they get bumped in with the first team for a bit, then they come back. But imagine if every week you're going into that Premier League 2, because that's what it's called. Yeah. So just scrap the under-21 thing, Premier League 2. And you're playing against first team players. And one week you're up against fucking horrible players who are giving you it. Another week you might be up against someone unbelievably skillful who's just coming back. You know, imagine playing City. Yeah. And they've got, I don't know, Foden's coming back from an injury, or Rodri, because he want him to get 65 minutes in a game. Imagine playing it, being a 18, 19-year-old midfield player, and you're playing against Rodri, and you don't get near him, and you're watching him going, well, that's a big education.
Yeah.
But you've got other first-team players helping you through the game as well. Yeah. You're, as a development for you, that to me is the only way that Everton get more players through and stuff. And it blows my mind that some of these lads in the first team don't want that. Want that game every week.
Do you think it's interesting that Isaac Heats went to a League 2 team? Do you feel like he's just done it because he just wants to get a loan, or do you think he's done it, I don't know, tactically?
I don't know if Isaac Heath will ever play for Everton.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. He played against Accrington for Everton, and obviously come on and won the penalty, and Accrington have took him.
Yeah.
Because obviously they were impressed with him when he come on. They've probably watched him a few times. So it's great for him to go and what more can you do than score after 3 minutes on your debut and then set the second goal? So he's had a great start. Can he keep that up? We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
He might be a late bloomer and therefore surprise everyone and come back, and a championship side might want it, or David Moyes might be like, but League 2 to the Premier League is a huge gulf. Mm-hmm. It's a huge gulf.
Yeah, but sort of what we were saying then is that like he is going to start getting just volleyed about.
Yeah.
As a quick winger.
Can he get away from it? Yeah. Can he learn how to cope with it?
I feel like in League 2, if you're someone who's fast, you're going to get probably hit a lot more.
And you're physical. There's no VAR, so they'll be doing it off the ball and things like that. You've got to learn to cope. Who knows? But ideally, I'd like Isaac Heath to go to Accrington at 18.
Yeah.
Then 19, if he's done brilliantly, League 1 Championship. And then you go on 20.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he can't. It just you just look and go, he's 20 in League 2. Is he really going to be good enough for the Premier League? But sometimes they are, so there's no issue with that.
Yeah.
But he's going to learn a lot.
Mm.
That's for sure. So,
and he started really well.
Yeah, he's had a great start. Andrew says, can't wait to go to Anfield in a few weeks and come away with all 3 points. Their defence is shaky up the Toffees. Jonathan Rickard says, Leighton Baines played well left back in the Legends game. I wouldn't be worried if Baines was put in.
No. Have you seen that with the under-21 stuff? Jay Spearden does it for Liverpool and he sometimes plays with them.
He just plays.
Yeah.
He's like there to cope. I think he done it for a couple of years for United, Tom Huddleston.
Yeah, get Baines in to play for them.
Get him play. Mark T says, do you know if whatever we paid already on loan fees is reduced from the 50 million? That 50 million thing for Grealish is apparently a load of nonsense. So I don't know where that's come from, Mark, other than someone's just said it's 50 million. He'll have 1 year left on his contract and he'll be 30, nearly 31. Nobody is paying £50 million for Jack Grealish. You might get him for 25 million next summer because he's 31, and even that.
By right now, though, I would snap, but we'll see how it goes.
Let's just see how it plays out. Let him develop. Let's see if he's still creating all of these goals and stuff by then.
Yeah.
And we might be going, pay the money. It's well worth it. So we'll have to see, but it is early days. Brian says, no one's suggesting McNeil. Says, that's new for me. Bill says, depending on how bad Mykolenko is. Kev Smith says, the issues we're looking so much better going forward, but more frail at the back. Any alternative to Mykolenko is likely to make that worse. That's fine, but he's not fit. We've got no real option, Kev, have we? So, that's what we're saying. If he's genuinely not fit, they've got to do something, haven't they? Baines isn't registered as a player. No. Yeah, it come from Ornstein, that 50 million, did it? I only seen it in the Daily Mail, which is nonsense.
There was a load of articles that just said that was the obligation, not the obligation, the option, but could probably be 50 million.
He was available for 40 million this summer, so why would he be available for 50 million next summer with a year less? I don't believe that personally, but I haven't got a clue. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, just at the end of the day, right? Just let it play out. He's doing great right now and it's amazing, so let's just enjoy it. We've had 3 games and he started 2 Premier League games so far. So
what are 2 games though?
He's been great. Listen, I loved seeing him and he's been amazing. So I just never want to jump too far ahead.
Like, in case it's like a purple patch or whatever.
Yeah, but if Man City end up getting 25, 26 million for him and he's got a year left, it's an unbelievable deal for them at his age.
I mean, ideally we're paying that. That's how good
he's been. Well, that's it, because he's been great and we're all going, is right. So, let's just see. Emma's right, just enjoy the now, worry about that later. You're absolutely correct. Emma also says Baines is still the best left back at the club.
He's just the best.
Will says it's catch-22. If Jack does really well for us, I don't think we'll get him. Why?
And I've seen people online say that, and I thought it's just a horrible way to think. They think that like if he does well at Everton, he'll go to like Arsenal or something.
He's not gonna go.
Or like
he's gonna be.
Champions League.
He's gonna be 30, nearly 31, right, next summer. No top club is gonna take him.
I feel like as well he's had that.
He's done it
in all of his interviews. It's like he just wants to play footy.
Yeah.
You know?
He's just like, I want to enjoy me footy. He messaged the other day and he's like, what a club and what a fan base. He's been here 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's saying that already. I honestly think it's I mean, I don't know Jack Grealish. Never, ever spoke to him or anything. But it just seems like he's been there, won everything. He's done it. He's played at a top club. If he went then back to like a Champions League club who were wanting to win all that, then he might just be out the side again and then struggling again, where he actually just wants to play well. And it feels like he wants to be a player who helps Everton do really well because he's developing part of a club. But I don't know. But I'm not even thinking about it. So we'll see. Toffee Blue says, once touched, always a blue. He'll want to stay next season. Yeah, why not? Danny says, get Grealish for 20-25 million. Still get 4 or 5 years of him if he keeps fit. And he loves it already. That's it. It's up to Everton and Evertonians, and they're already doing it, to make him feel loved and let him enjoy his football. Mm-hmm. And you've seen what a good footballer he is, so... Yeah. Ark says, what about Dwight? Could he be trained into a left back when we need to attack? Sounds silly, but imagine his crosses. You could never say never. Yeah. I just don't see it. I don't think he doesn't run back quick enough. He's not quick enough. His left foot's lovely, no doubt about that. He's better off the striker. Defensively, I just don't see Moyes doing that. But you can never say never, could you? Blue Steel says, a good season from Grealish. The one club that worries me is Villa.
No, he won't go.
Being a boyhood fan. I just don't think he'd go back to Villa, though, with that. I mean, you might be right. I have no idea.
I feel like it's like a Ross Barkley. It doesn't make sense for him to go back to Villa. No. It doesn't make sense for Barkley to go back to Villa. He's done great stuff for Villa and got them 100 million and left going back. In a bad way.
When you go back, when you're like 30, 31, it's like, how can you ever recreate what you were doing? And a lot of their fans still pissed off with like love them, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot, you still see a lot of bad feeling with some of them, like the way he left. But I mean, he got them 100 mil, but
and just whenever you see it, it just sort of parallels how you see talk about Barkley every time. You know, the way people are like, yeah, you do a good job for us, but then people are like, yeah, but he's a little rat and all that. It's just like, there's always going to be that overarching thing, isn't there? So I can't see it. It's
got to go almost perfect for it to be acceptable, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, still see it with some of our fans with Rooney. Yeah. You're like, why are you having a go Rooney for? Everton sold him underneath him, you know, and then he come back and was our best player and our top scorer.
Yeah.
And we done it again. We sold him again without him knowing. So, yeah. But each to their own. Everyone's got their own feelings and their own opinions, haven't he? But I just don't see Grealish going back to Villa. I think if he was going to go, it would have been this summer. And I just feel like for them, they're probably looking for difference as well. Mm-hmm. It's quite, you know, especially if Emery's still there.
Yeah.
He's got no emotion.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, whether he's still there is the big question, isn't it? Like he's a bit frustrated.
Have you seen all the stuff about Villa where all the players are talking about how badly ran and stuff behind the scenes they are? So it looks dodgy. And I don't think they've scored or something, isn't it, this season?
Why are you saying that when we've got them next game?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
So let's move on, James, very quickly.
Move on swiftly.
Steve says, Baz, have you seen Nestroy Irakanda for Watford? I said we should have signed him instead of Nonto a couple of years ago when he was in Australia before he went to Bayern. Yeah, remember you going on about him. Mark says, who's Everton's best modern day utility player? Steve Watson. Ian, he said, modern day. Alan Harper and Kevin Richardson win that hands down, but that's not modern day, really, is it? Steve Watson, he's all right, yeah. He's all right.
Modern day.
Who would you say? Player who's just played in a few positions and done well in them. Phil Neville. Ben Godfrey.
Yeah, left back and
Good left back, right back.
Holgate.
All right. Holgate.
Played in the midfield a few times. It probably is. I mean, James Garner's going to be in there, isn't he? He's played
Garner will be up there at
right
some
wing,
stage, yeah.
hasn't he?
Right midfield, right back, left back,
As a 10.
centre mid. Yeah.
So, I mean, he's probably... Is there anyone else? I don't know if there's anyone else. Decore?
Brian says there's no evidence Grealish was drunk in Stockholm. No. Ian says, why was Mykolenko allowed to go on international duty anyway? He's only just returned to first team football, obviously still being carrying the injury. Because he have to be able to go. You're not allowed to stop them. And if they're carrying something, they have to go and be assessed by the international team's doctors. Obviously, he's still feeling the injury. Hence why they've scanned him. Or he might have trained on Monday and he's felt something, so they give him an MRI scan. But you're not allowed to stop them. Blue Jay says, how long till Brantwaite's back? No clue. No clue. They thought 4 to 6 weeks when he done it. So he done it the week of the Leeds game, didn't he?
Yeah, just before.
Just before, so you're probably looking mid-September, something, well, probably a bit later than that.
Yeah.
Maybe for the derby. But are you bringing him in for the derby when he's not played? So, but I have no idea where he's up to with his recovery.
Michael Keane's looking right as well. I know people hate Michael Keane, but...
I don't hate Michael Keane.
No, people
I think
do.
he's been great.
Yeah.
But I do worry. Like at Anfield last season, it was going all right till he decided to stick his hand out for the bus and give a penalty away with like 10 minutes left and we got beat 2-0. So
we've got a bit of a thing of giving away
he loves
ball
it.
pens.
Loves it. Jay says the shite will put Arsenal in and in 6 months he'd be rated 65 million. He would.
Be the best in the world for some.
But saying that, they are playing Soboslai at right back. And they have played like Jordan Henderson at centre back in the past. Ian says Theo Walcott was a prime example. When he was 16, he played at Southampton. If they're good enough, played him. Yeah. Dewsbury all can play left back. We have options in midfield to cover his absence for a game or two. Yeah. David says our academy should be so much better. Hardly produces anything. Correct. Brian says Rooney came back to us. I know, but Rooney was a nutter about Everton, still is. Where I'm not sure Grealish is like that about Villa. I'm still a Villa fan. I think Wayne is a different... Wayne's been trying to get back and he said that for years. So... Blue Keeley says it's the 50 million option for Jack, a load of rubbish then. Also think Asney should start if fit. I'm very doubtful how any club could ask £50 million for a player with 1 year left on his contract when he's 30, nearly 31. When they were quoted, they wanted 40 million for him this summer. I don't know how it becomes 50 million with a year left.
I don't think that's a price either where any club would
and no one would touch it.
Have competition.
And Villa don't. I'm sorry. And Man City don't want him. So
yeah,
that to me just sounds like something crazy pulled out the sky. So I'm not even bothered, mate. Honestly, it's until Everton sit down with City to negotiate, and that only happens if he's been superb this season. Then it's not worth worrying about it, is it? And a lot of pressure will be on the player. And if the player's like, I only want to go to Everton, they're knackered anyway, aren't they? So, we've seen player power in the last few days. He's ended up somewhere else. You've seen what they can do to force it. So, Stephen says, I've heard about players staying back an hour or two after training, working on set pieces. Players need the drive and motivation. Correct. Ashley Young, Chris says, the best. Yeah, that's a great show.
Yeah, because there was that time, weren't they, where under Dyche, where it was like he was going to get brought on to play right wing, but then Mykolenko got injured and then he was going to play left back, and it was like,
he was just going anywhere, wasn't he? Yeah. He was brilliant.
Yeah, it's more James gone, isn't it?
Chris says, I feel we need to stop talking about players out of position. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Roman Dixon, I think, is injured. I think he was going to Stockport permanently. He was going on loan. Onyango was allegedly going permanently. Now Onyango's gone on loan and Dixon's nowhere to be seen, so he must have got an injury. Yeah, Stephen, I've said this before. There should be a rule that the clubs have to play 18 to 21-year-olds. Have to.
In the first team?
Yeah, there should be. Talk about developing players. Every Premier League squad should have to have 2 academy players in it on a match day amongst the 9 subs. Because what it does is it does 2 things. It gets rid of stockpiling.
Incentivises as well.
Doesn't it? It gets rid of players, clubs just buying anyone.
Yeah.
And it stops players being dickheads about the future. I'll just go there because I'll get in. Knowing quite well there's no chance you're getting in, mate.
Yeah.
You know? And also it's about developing players, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't see, me personally, I don't think Roman Dixon has got a future at Everton Football Club. Personally, I just don't see it. I think he's 20 now. He played at Spurs. He played against Southampton in the Carabao Cup, and that was it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? He's quick, but I just can't see it. Can't see it
either. No.
So
I feel like there would have been, I don't know, more made about him if he was...
there was a chance, yeah.
Like the way Harrison Armstrong is now, and he's only 18, where, you know, he's had a few goals in the first team properly, cup games and stuff, and he's had a loan, and now he's going off to another loan. I feel like that sort of shows, like, the level, doesn't it, when someone's looks promising and is ready.
Zero Signal 5821 says it's down to the club, staff and our fan base to make staying at Everton all Jack wants to do. I think Grealish and Everton is a perfect match. Yeah, absolutely. He's saying all the right things, isn't he, already? So we'll see. Danny says reading the bid for Ndiaye was a load of nonsense. I did say this a few times, that I just didn't believe that was even a thing. The Italian clubs don't have money.
Yeah.
And Everton wouldn't entertain it. So Stockport manager Dave Chalner is one for the future. He's Nick Chadwick was speaking about him. I had a couple of other people. Joe Parkey was speaking about him, said he's fantastic. So we'll see. Right, that's me and James done. So have a fantastic day. If you're a Premier member, we'll be on at R4 live for our next live. Me and James will be doing a 5 free agents Everton could target. A little bit tongue-in-cheek, but just watch it. Why not? Or light-hearted rather than tongue-in-cheek. Light-hearted. So take it easy. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and we will see you later. Bye.